I know I can teach like 200 times faster if I could just draw a picture. The ancient Chinese proverb, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I'm finding that to be true.
Right, right. Well, actually, I'm curious. So, what's your story as far as like, um, like your family's story?
I'm originally from the Philippines. We immigrated here in 1966, and
Okay.
I've been here ever since. And I was raised in a Roman Catholic home.
Mm,
Uh, I I believe I'm. Sometimes it's a little difficult to pin down exactly when I accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, but I would say it was when I was age 15 in
okay.
1978, and always struggled with doubt for many years. Thereafter, nearly left the Christian faith in the 2002 time frame. Had bouts of agnosticism, and I nearly, as I was trying to seek answers, I was a little bit appalled by how I was treated in the church, that somehow expressing doubts uh, 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 was um, was treated with a lot of hostility.
Mm,
And the way that I consider that, it's like if someone admits that they're sick, um, to be treated badly just because you said that's where you are. But I encountered a prayer group that didn't treat me that way. They received me according to the scriptures, where people are doubted, or who express doubts, or reached out to with care, in the book of Jude. And so I said, guys, I'm about ready to leave the faith. I'd like to believe, but I just don't have it in me. Can you pray for me? And they said, just be with us, Sal. We love you. Stay with us. And we're praying for
mm,
you. And that went on for about 2 years. And in the process, after I emerged from that, a lot of my doubts were healed. I didn't have all the answers that I wanted to have answered, but a lot of things started to make sense. I started to make the right connections, and that was actually the beginning of my research into creation science, intelligent design, and answers for the Christian faith. Really basic answers like, why is it reasonable to believe in God? Why should we trust the Bible? How do we solve the problem of evil? How come God isn't as obvious as the air we breathe? And that was a long journey. And of late, I have felt led, after this almost 20-year journey, to now start sharing that story and the things I learned with other people. In 2014, I had an opportunity to um, meet Dr. John Sanford and work with him. He made me one of his research associates, a paid research associate. Dr. Sanford is a famous genetic engineer. Um, in the 1980s, he invented something known as the gene gun, and a very sizable fraction of all the genetically modified organisms on the planet were through his gene gun. His goal in making the gene gun was to be able to improve agricultural output to feed billions of starving people. And he was very successful at that. He owned the patents and royalties from that invention. And so he was able to retire. He was able to retire quite early. And uh, around that time, as as his invention was gaining success, he began to seek the Lord. He was an atheist at the time, and um, he felt he had need of something greater than what the world could offer, and solutions for some of the deepest things that every human soul longs for. And so he started going back to church with his wife and family, and he became a Christian. He and his wife became Christians, and they got baptized. And then he felt led to use his biological knowledge to help the Christian faith. And so he got saved at age 39, and at age 49, he became a creationist. So there was a long time he had believed in the theory of evolution, but just through his scientific research and consideration of the matter, he concluded that we were created through uh, a miraculous act of special creation. So, like Dr. Sanford, I too had believed in the theory of evolution while I was a Christian for at least a season, and then our views eventually changed. But anyway, I had the opportunity to start working with him. So I've been working with him for the last 5 years, doing my specialty is molecular biophysics, and we reach out to a lot of graduate students, faculty, postdocs, deans of universities who are sympathetic to creation, and a lot of our writings are tailored to that audience. But this year in particular, we're starting to reach out to people of different backgrounds. I'm kind of looking at the college age background. It'd be nice to go into the high school and homeschool area, but we're not quite there. It's actually easier to write for PhDs than it is to write for general audiences. So that's a little bit about my background.